All right, we'll get started. Congratulations, guys. We're quickest out of P3 here at Sandown 500. Craig, we'll start with you. Quickest in that session. How did it feel?
I think the car progressed over the course of that session. We made a number of changes with springs and shocks and everything, but the car, just trying to get it to ride the curbs with this extra grip that the new bitumen's giving everyone. I think that's just trying to tune the car to that. The car was reasonable at the end.
First impressions on the changes to the course?
To be honest, the track layout for us hasn't changed, but it's a great improvement to have that extension out of turn 6. As I said, it doesn't give us any extra confidence to go into 6 any faster, knowing that we've got more runoff. It just gives us better opportunity to catch the car before we end up in the tyres.
You guys went 1, 2, 3 here last year. Has there been talk about that within the team, about another kind of dominant weekend?
We asked Roland to put a wild card in, but no, I think that we had a fantastic run here last year. Paul Dumbrell and Jamie, set the pace, and Richo and I were third. So it was a great feeling to have a lockout of the podium. But this weekend's all about team championship, trying to get the Pertec Endurance Cup, and supporting Jamie in the championship.
Jamie, we'll turn to you. I know you watched the weather pretty closely over the weekend. Does anything change for tomorrow, given what's coming?
No, it's just so cold. Just trying to 36 degrees on the Gold Coast today. Unbelievable how cold it is being middle of November. But as Craig said, the improvements of the track are great, certainly from a safety perspective. But strip of grass would have been nice. There'll be a judge of fact up there all weekend, and hopefully no one crosses that line and ends up in any issue. But no, track's definitely faster than what it was last year. So as we see, Davey Reynolds was with the quickest, and hopefully it gets a bit quicker tomorrow.
For you guys, the endurance campaign's been good. I mean, do you feel the aero changes have helped at all over the last couple of events?
I'm not sure. You've really got to have back-to-back on the day, to really know what it is. But I think the car's as close as they've ever been all year. And as I've said many times this year, I think we need to congratulate Supercars on making the changes as the year goes on and getting the situation back under control.
And for you, with the changes that are coming tomorrow, we've got points for both races. It sets up the grid. We know how important qualifying is here. How important is tomorrow, I guess, heading into Sunday where the Pertec Cup's on the line, everything's happening?
I liked the fact that both drivers would score the same points over the race weekend. I think it's more of a team thing, where even though a driver's not in the car, you still come into the weekend as a team, and you both accumulate points for each other and the team. So it is what it is. It's fine. It's all good. We'll try to qualify as well as we can, and then big 250 points on Sunday, which is big.
All right, we'll move on. Tones, for yourself, got to be happy with that performance in P3?
Yeah, pretty happy. The car's been reasonable all day. Fabs did a really nice job of tuning it up for me for the last practice session there, and we're fairly happy with it.
And for yourself, I mean, have you noticed any changes, with the course, with the Mustang? I mean, does it feel, basically, as the guys were saying, feels pretty normal, feels good?
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, I think having the Mustang this year, we've got a better car than what we did last year. We're trying to strip a lot of wing out of it last year to try and keep up with these guys, and just took away a lot of stability. So we've got that stability back, and I think the lap times are coming to us maybe a little bit easier than what they were last year. But as you can see with the lap times, it's so tight out there. You're only a tenth away, and you're sort of 10 spots back. So it's going to be super tight and quality tomorrow.
Have you guys as a team, I mean, coming into the Enduros, I guess the Mustangs were the hunted. The Commodores have had a pretty good run. So are the Nissans over the Enduros. Are you guys the hunters or the hunters coming into this weekend?
I think we're hunting. I don't know whether we've got the more pace than everybody, especially at the moment, especially with the changes that have been made. And I think it's quite even. You only got to look at the lap times there, and I think probably Bathurst we had a really good car, and then Gold Coast Red Bull had a better car than what we did. So this weekend it seems like it's pretty close.
All right, move on. Fabs, went in the car too long today, but I mean, how did it feel for you around the circuit?
Yeah, it was short and sweet. We got that middle session there, and it's a lot of fun. Obviously, the track's improved in places with the new surfacing and things like that. So, 3 manufacturers in the top 3, so I think it's pretty close.
And heading into tomorrow for yourself, how important is qualifying?
Well, it's always important. You know, everywhere we go, it's you know, the easiest time to pass cars. The field's you know, so close here and everywhere we go. So you know, if you can qualify at the front, you know, it makes your job a little bit easier. But I think, you know, the fact that the track's so fast and you know, the lap times are quick. You know, we're braking real late. I think passing is going to be quite tough in the race.
Right, we'll move on short and sweet for Fabs there. We'll move on. Dale, great session for you there in P3. Got to be happy?
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with the Nissan. I reckon they should hang on to them. It's yeah, it was a good session. The car feels pretty good. I think it's you know, things will shape up and obviously be a lot different when you get all the main drivers in for qualifying tomorrow. The guys that are familiar and regular with the cars, but. I think the co-driver sessions, the track must have been quite quick or something like that. But no, it was good. It feels nice. The toughest thing for Rick and I to get around is our height difference. I'm short and muscly. Rick's long and lanky.
How do you think we go?
I'm joking. I'm big in all the right areas, but no, it's yeah, it's good. The car was really nice out there then, so we'll see. It's a funny format how we get more time than what the main drivers do. I think that works when it's the first endurance round, but I think when it's the last one, I don't know. It seems odd today.
Fair enough. But for yourself, you are coming to the end of your first enduro campaign with Rick in the Nissan. Wait, first?
First time with Rick. Yep.
Mate, how's that been?
It's been tough. Yeah. No, it's. We get on pretty good. We got a similar sense of humour. We talk a lot of crap. We get in the A trailer and we don't really talk car racing too much. So, no, you know, we've shared lots of different cars together. We've shared Winnebagos in America and the odd tent around the world. So it's no, we get on good. So this has been really enjoyable. I've loved it here, and I think they've got an exciting time ahead. So just waiting for him to give me the call and sign me up for the next 10 years, and all will be good.
Rick, I guess that leads on to a question for you. You've been happy with Dale. I mean, for next year, you're already committed. You know, is Dale in your plans?
This is awkward.
Yeah. Off the track he is, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's something we've got to go through. We haven't really looked at that for either of the cars yet. We've obviously had a 50% reduction in the cars on the grid, and so there's a lot of drivers at the moment without a spot. But this year's worked extremely well for both of us. There is that height difference, but it's been working really well in the car. He has a padding in his undies and stuff to bring him a little further forward, and we bring the pedals back. So the whole thing's gone really well from that point of view. Today's, I think, the first time I've felt like the co-driver, though. We've done a little session, and it's his time that's brought us to the press conference, so it feels strange.
And mate, a big few weeks for you and your brother, the whole team. I guess, has it been a good distraction? I mean, how's it all been, I guess, heading into this event?
The next year stuff?
Yeah.
Yes, there's so much going on at work. It tends to be the way we do it. Take on a huge amount of work and get stuck right into it. There's a lot of stuff to be done between now and next year. There's no doubt about that, and everyone at the team is very, very focused on that and doing long hours to make it come together. But whatever it takes for us to implement it as best we can, then we'll do. So at the moment, it's not been really a distraction. We can't do much to the current car. The engine's, I think, performing very well. So there's no development happening there with the Nissan. The aero packs, it is what it is, and the geometry on the car is we think okay. So we're not doing a lot to develop that at the moment. It is all back at the workshop, focused on preparing the car, taking it to the event, and more so doing whatever we can to improve the package for next year.
And very quickly, this weekend you rack up race 550. The bloke next to you's done that himself. You're only the 5th driver who's ever done that. I mean, do you think about these numbers at all? Is it an honour to be, I guess, in a class of 5 that includes the likes of Craig?
Yeah, it's not something you think about. I'm sure when the time comes, you'll reflect on how many you've done and all that. But you just more look ahead to what you're trying to do and work out how you can do the best job of what's coming up in the future. I had to ask someone yesterday how many races I've done, because I did an interview for another driver that's reaching 500, and I was completely unaware of if I've got that mark or past it. So it's good to know it's 550.
All right, on that, I'll open it up for questions from the journos. Tommy.
One at a time, thanks.
Jamie and Craig, new steering wheel today. Went back to the old one in P3. Just give us some thoughts about that.
Yeah, we're constantly got new parts. You know, there's half a dozen new parts in the car, you know, for most rounds. But one of those this weekend's steering wheel. It's visible. It's always cool to talk about. So yeah, no, we've been working on it for the last 3 or 4 months, I'd say. Just trying to get something a little bit nicer, bit better button, the button sort of in a better position. Craig had a spin with it this morning, so he tested that out. You know, we were a bit worried with not having a bottom and top, whether it'd be okay to do the big shuffle. Might have to test it out again at Tassie as well for the hairpin, but no, it's definitely a better thing. We probably won't run it this weekend, but it was good to get some miles on it.
Just with all of you guys, there's been a few offs today at turn 9. Do you think that's because of the changes in the extra grip? Are people running there a bit more speedy?
Yeah, I went in there, got bogged, red flag. It'd be great to do an improvement down there. It'd be great to get through the gravel trap and then be able to drive out the other side. So that would be handy. It would have been nice to do that while all the earthworks were getting done. But yeah, the extra grip down there is certainly making it more of a corner to attack. And yeah, you get it wrong and you're in the gravel. And once you're in the gravel, you're bogged. It's all over.
Anyone else? All right, on that, congratulations, guys, and all the best tomorrow.
Thank you.